Thank you. Mr. Ryan for the UEN, 1.5 minutes.
The President of the Central Bank, Jean-Claude Trichet, recently said that when the market stabilises, we will not return to business as usual, but instead we will experience a new normality. Given the failings and weaknesses in the market and institutions that have been brought to light in devastating fashion over the last year, a move away from the abuses and faults of the past is only to be welcomed. The financial crisis has caused terrible panic, but has also served to emphasise the need to eliminate obscurities and to introduce transparency, and for us as legislators to regulate. But we also must avoid panic, because if we panic, we will make poor decisions. In the US, out of the scramble to avert catastrophe, radical alterations in the landscape of high finance are emerging. Our institutions have stood steadier than those in the States, understandably, as the crisis originated across the Atlantic. Yet certain cases are a reminder that we are no way invulnerable. To ensure the stability of our markets in the future, we must implement structural and systematic reforms and be prepared to act quickly. There are maybe three things that have happened. Some of them have happened already, such as reforms such as ensuring that central banks prevent runs on banks and financial institutions, and there has been significant action in this regard already. Secondly, treasuries must remove the reason that runs occur in the first place, that is the presence of distressed assets in the balance sheets of financial institutions. And lastly, it is pivotal that the financial system is recapitalised. We have passed the initial stages of the crisis. The effects on the banking and political response to this initial turmoil won't be known for some time. However, we now have to face into ensuring that the new financial reality that emerges from the other end of this crisis is a strong and healthy one. To this end, it is necessary to address the root of the crisis and to remove distressed assets and clean up balance sheets. To emerge from the quagmire of the crisis is also necessary for both localised and global economic health, ensuring there is sufficient capital in the finance system. Whether from public or private injection or a combination of both is another discussion, but we must have one soon. We do not know yet what the full and lasting impact of the world's financial crisis and its consequences on European markets will be. However, what we do know is that to emerge standing from this crisis and to ensure that investors, markets and citizens are protected in the new normality that will result, we must keep our heads even in time of doubt and turmoil and take concrete steps towards implementing structural and systematic reforms that will safeguard the health of our European system and the financial well-being of citizens of European countries and globally. Thank you.
Now, going a little over time does not mean going excessively over time. And Mr. Wurtz for the GUI-NGL, 4 minutes. Thank you very much, Madam President. If the leading European leaders wanted to illustrate the gulf between them